Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Conversational Gumbo with Stephon. Man, what's in the bowl today? You know, we all come here through darkness, right? And the goal when we get here is to find ourselves back into the light, to rejoin the spirit part of us as we experience this place, this earth school, this place of physical manifestations, right? Now we all know, if you're listening to me, that there's something outside of the scene that governs everything that we experience here in this world. So let's just say spirit, God. So if God is that thing that creates all the systems that work in this world, you must understand God's nature. You must understand God's way. One of the things that used to throw me off when I was in my quest and search for God is when I ask a question and the teacher can't answer, they would tell me it's God's will, and I would say, well, there has to be an explanation for this. There's no such thing to me as blank space when we're talking about God. Either you know or you don't know, right? And most of the time, y'all, they don't know. Because you might go there with a strong, conviction of, hey, I'm going to get this answer from God, from the person that knows it, right? And if they're constantly throwing things at you like it's God's will, pray on it and don't give you practical steps, it can make you falter in your faith of God because you don't see anything changing in your environment, right? So when we're talking about from darkness into light, we're talking about into awareness of who you are as a spiritual person. And all you have to do is start to pay attention to the things that are going on in your life. Are you flowing? Is there a lesson that's constantly reappearing in your life? Is there a lesson that you see the rest of your family members are still experiencing too, and you just don't know what it is? Listen, even inside of the Bible, they will tell you it's so important to have your own personal relationship with God. I mean, you have your own way of communicating with God. Everybody don't speak the same language. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does not speak the same language. I'll take you to a situation like in New Orleans. We're a big city, but we're a small city, and we're sanctioned off in these different parishes that we call it, right? And when you are in New Orleans, depending on where you were born, where you were raised, in the school system, and the people there, like just think about tribes spread out over land. They all have a certain dialect, right? So in New Orleans, we have a certain way of saying things, and different people in New Orleans say it differently, and they might understand us, but if you speak to someone outside of New Orleans, what are you talking about, right? So we all have a different way of communicating. That's what I'm saying. We all have a different way of communicating. And that doesn't mean your way is better than my way or vice versa. It's just you have to understand that's your way. Now, I was having a conversation with my brother Wayne. We talk every now and then. And, he brings me some insights and I'm like, man, he says, share this, brother. I said, I will. So I'm sharing it, right? When we look at a village, right? And a village is in the center. That's where all the activities at. That's where all of the life is at, in the center of the village. Is where everything comes together. When you're on an individual quest, seeking for that village, seeking for that reconnection to God, that thing that drives you, like, something inside of me is pushing me to go to God. Something's pushing me to go this way, and sometimes you go left, right, and you might not hit the right spot, but you got to keep searching this is how you know when you found it. Things start to harmonize, right? So let me finish the story. So my brother was telling me that everybody has their own path that they got to cut to the village, and that means your path is different than someone else because you are totally responsible for your path. No man, no woman, you are. We will all be held accountable individually. You heard me? So You're responsible for the path that you cut to God. It doesn't mean it's going to be straight. It might be wobbly. You might stop for a while. I'm asking you, if you're listening to me, he's allowing you to see another perspective. Go your way. There are people who are stopping you from going to God because they want you to go their way. You know what I'm talking about. The person I'm speaking to, you feel what I'm saying. You've been fighting it the whole time. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's like, I want to, but something don't seem right. Cognitive dissonance, that's the struggle you feel in your mind, in your heart, and in your gut. Everything is mental, people. So here we go. You have to cut your path to the village and understand your path is going to show you different things on your journey that might be different from someone else in your family. That might be exactly the same like somebody in your family that is good or bad, but you have to make a decision. Do I cut my way or do I still go this way? That they've went and always seen the same outcomes. If you're the family changer, if you're the curse breaker, if you're the black sheep of your family and you don't really identify with a lot of the things that the dysfunction that's in all families, and you want to be better for yourself and you want to pull yourself away and you want to create your own family, that is your way to the village. Everybody won't be able to come with you. That's just the fact. Don't let family fool you with that blood is thicker than water. It is. It's thicker to swallow. Because family got a lot of demons in it. Angels too, but you know what I'm talking about. So as you cut your way to the village, you need to take complete ownership of that. Complete ownership. And sometimes you might go somewhere else and say, wait, that's not me. That's okay, y'all. Shoot to the right again. You heard? Shoot to the right again. And when you shoot to the right, and when you start to believe in what you believe, you should never push your beliefs on somebody that is pushing back on you. You understand? You don't push fear on somebody to get them to believe in love. You understand? That don't make sense. Trust me, it don't make sense. So if someone is pushing fear for you to love God, you got to think about that. God is expansion. It's about expansion. It's all about opening up. When you open up to God, it's different. The type of things that come in your life is different. They're life-giving. Opening up to God is life-giving. Opening up to the light is life-giving. It gives you life. It gives you so much life as if you embrace it more. The more you embrace the light, the more you embrace doing the right thing. It's not easy, it's hard, but the more you embrace it, it's like pulling fresh water into your life. You're pulling fresh water into your life. Even when you're going through hard things, you're like, y'all see me doing all kind of crazy stuff on the internet. Check this out. I'm setting the example. Dance through your storm. Pour that fresh air in. Pour the fresh water in. Because if you sit in water that doesn't have anything fresh coming in, it becomes stagnant. It stinks. Now that's what happens in your energy, in your spirit. It stinks because you don't have nothing fresh in. And if somebody's preventing you from letting something fresh in and telling you this is the food that you're supposed to eat, but you can tell it's not right, you need to open yourself up to something fresh and take responsibility for your life. Stop following the crowd just because. Know what you follow, you heard me? Know what you follow. So Conversational Gumbo got so many things in the bowl, so many things in the bowl. You listen to it, you're going to get something from it. And like I always say, it's not for everybody. But who listens, take a spoonful, savor it, let it go down slow, you'll be nourished by it because all the ingredients in it is not only pure ingredients from the best places. Their ingredients have been blessed with love, man. Love. This is all love. A man gives his time to the world to try to expand light, to express love. That's all that is. Expressing love. Ain't nobody trying to show off. Ain't nobody who is this person, and all that. Hey, somebody say, you know what? You can sit and criticize. I'm going to get in front of people because most people cannot do what you do. Most people can talk really bad that sit in the crowd, but see, let me share something with you. And it's just about experience. I told you I'm going to use my life as the example to teach from. You know how difficult it is to stand before people and you have to give them the information, knowing that they don't want it most of the time. And they're shooting at you. We call them snipers from the crowd, right? They're shooting at you. Most people that are in facilitation and the stuff that I do, they kind of stay away from it. They kind of stay safe when they facilitate. I always push the envelope. Talk about it. Say the things you want to say. Let's talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it, we can't do nothing about it. And to be able to be open, to be attacked, where you're coming from, you biased. I'm not biased. You can check everything out. My agenda is to bring people together, never to spread them apart. My line of work, I've been teaching more than 2 decades. And my teaching is very personal for me. It's like, it's just who I am. Like some people are carpenters, some people are electricians, some people can do a whole lot of other things with music. They're just very talented. Everybody has a special talent. My talent is this: people, speaking, and teaching. Because my whole desire is to spread light on ignorance. It's one of these things I used to do when I come into the theater and I have a bunch of military members in. I come in and I say, kill, and they say, whoa, they'll jump. Like, what's going on with Stephon, man? You got Tourette's or something? No, that's not Tourette's. That's power in that word. And then they say, what do you mean? I say, knowledge is life learning. And the more that I learn about life by embracing knowledge and allowing it to become a part of my walk, how I do things, my ethics, my morals, my values, people can see how I express that. And I'm doing these things with this walk. I am now killing ignorance because light has admitted and showed me, there's a better way to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to follow the crowd because I can see that where they're heading is not good for them. So I would scream, knowledge is life learning. And the more you learn, the more ignorance you kill. You see, that is my agenda, to spread light and knowledge, y'all. I love it. That's who I am. I know my purpose. I was birthed through pain. I always say it, through pain. We can't lose our humanity. I believe in that. I came from darkness into the light. I had to see these things that I didn't think I wanted to see, but I signed up for it. I learned the lessons. Instead of becoming the pain and the experience, I chose to become the remedy, the solution to my own pains first. And then I dedicated my life to helping people who are ready to change. Conversational Gumbo with Stephon. I think that's it. Out of here. You heard me? Love y'all.